Hey guys, hey, it's Robert Timmons here, and this is my second episode. So, thank you for being here and listening to it. Anyways, so what we're going to talk about today is how can an artist help you in your life or business? Well, actually, this sounds kind of funny, when you think about back in the day, or maybe even yesterday. People tend to think starving artists. They tend to think, oh, that person. How can an artist help me in my life? How can an artist really, change me and direct me somewhere? Well, let me kind of like, you know, I'm gonna. I've been an artist my entire life. I've been gifted the skill of creating on paper and canvas and even skin at times. But this isn't what it's about. It's more about how an artist thinks. It's more about, the visualization that an artist, goes through in order to create. And, my whole life I've gone through areas of doing that where, I'll have an idea and a long time ago it used to be like midnight and stuff like that when I'm like tired and low and all of a sudden like things will come to my mind and sometimes I'll instantly need to draw or paint or create of some manner. But now it's even more than that. It's there was one time I was talking to this person, and I had all of a sudden thought about creating these little comics, and in the comics were going to be like kind of things I wanted to get out there, and I kind of seen in my mind, I seen this comic, growing into something different and more, and all of a sudden it would be on the news, and it was like, becoming very famous, and I'm like, I seen that all in my mind. It just kind of like kept going and kept going and kept going, and I mentioned that to the person I was there with, and they're like, "How could you do that? Don't get too high on yourself and stuff like this." And they were like beating it down, and of course, self-doubt came in, and I thought, yeah, how can I do that? What are you talking about? And since then, I won't even really express things like that, because when those things come, when I can actually see a vision of levels of constant going, I tend to, grab onto those because I see that it can go further. Because there's times that I'm given something or I think of something and I don't see it going anywhere. And if I don't see it going anywhere, I don't do anything with it. And what I've learned lately in the last few years, when I'm really digging into, the self development and the business world and that, is that we all do this. That's the cool part. We all can do this. Not just an artist. I can create. I can take it and put it onto, a canvas or, a plywood or whatever, a wall. But everybody can visualize. Everybody can create images because that's how our mind works. Our mind works with images. I found that very fascinating, to hear that pretty much every person out there, every person listening to this creates images in their mind. And those images can be stored as memories. Those images are, your ideas that are coming. Those images are just, everything that you do in life creates images. And, when you can change those images, you can pretty much change the path of your life. It's so impressive. So you imprint an image on your mind and you direct yourself towards that. How cool is that? Like when I learned that, I thought, wow. So really, we're all artists. We are all creators of our own world. And that is impressive to me. So here I am as an artist, understanding this because I do this as regular practice. And I thought it would be a great thing to share with all of you the idea that you can take that into your life and you can create an image. For example, you can create, say in my case, I am, those are two great words to start with. I am an owner of a red Model S Tesla with tinted windows and beautiful 21-inch mags and a light-colored faux, interior. And because I am an owner of one of those, that image is in me. That image is on my vision board. That image is everywhere. And what happens? My mind gets that, and all of a sudden, out there when I'm driving around, I'm seeing red Model S Teslas driving around everywhere. They're everywhere. It's incredible. It's like that person who buys that yellow car. Next thing you know, you see yellow cars everywhere. That's how impressive your mind is. And that's because you've put that into your mind. And that shows you have control of that. You have control to change. And, a lot of people get stuck. And a lot of people, don't know what to do half the time on things. People get bored. If you really take your life as a way of experimenting in a fun manner and understand that, listen, you have control of that. So you can create, grab some images out of magazines and create the path, the life that you want. And either put that up on what they call a vision board or put that in a book that you can look at. But you don't just look at it, right? You look at it and you add emotion to it. You think about being there in that present time and that you're there. You're feeling the air. You're feeling the water. You're feeling the noise. You're hearing the children playing, whatever it is. Whatever it is. If you're driving in a convertible car, feel that wind going through your hair. Feel it with details. Feel it with emotions. You're there. And keep doing that. Enjoy it. Every time you see that picture, feel that power of that image come into you. And, you will see that produce into physical property in front of you. Not in front of you, but it will come into your life in some manner. As long as you keep it going, you put action to it. Right? You make your way towards it. You don't just sit there and think that everything that you dream about is going to come to you. That's like totally silly. But this is your way of creating. This is your way of me sharing, what an artist mindset's all about. But knowing that you can do it too. I think that's the most incredible, gift that you have for you to be able to create your life. A lot of people get stuck on, what are you talking about? I can do anything? No, I get whatever I get. You get whatever you get. The law of nature, no matter if you do something that you want or you just go with the flow, as some people say, things happen no matter what. So you either can control it or you can go with the flow and figure out where you're going. And next thing you know it, you're somewhere where you're like, how did I get here? Well, you went with the flow, and that's where the flow took you. Or you can take those images that you want, and you can map out where you want to go. You can envision 5 years from now, either in your life, your relationship, your business. It's incredible what you can do. And make that goal happen, make that life happen, make that business, thrive. It's impressive what you hold inside you. You don't have to put it on canvas, but if you have the image, you can get someone else who's an artist and put that on canvas. It's called outsourcing. Anyways, guys, tomorrow what we're going to talk about, I'm going to be talking about my hypothesis. It's something that you can do. It's a great way to create. So from what we're talking about today, you can almost create a hypothesis of what actions you're going to take and what you think that the result will be. So we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to put out a hypothesis so it's recorded as I produce certain actions. I want to aim for certain results. So I'll really give a background of that tomorrow, and I'll also, why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's going to be definitely on an artistic manner, but in my business direction. So I really tune into that one. I think you may enjoy it. It's going to be very different. I'm really excited actually to put it out there. Anyways, guys, it's great to have my second one out here, and hoping to get some questions from you guys. And make sure you subscribe and follow me, and we'll talk to you shortly.